This is the women's 5,000 meter final. Here we go, Landez Manzano of Philippines, alongside her compatriot Joyda Gano, 2021 bronze medalist. The women's Morodok Techno National Stadium. Naibo of Indonesia, Takuman of Laos, Kinmarse of Myanmar, Manzano and Gano of Philippines, Vanessa Lee Ying Zhuang of Singapore, Angela Freitas Fatima Raja. So the starter is ready. The athletes called to their mark and away they go in the women's 5,000 meter final. You don't necessarily want to hit the front too early, but you certainly don't want to be caught at the back near the end of this race. Araujo of Timor-Leste just leading the way in the early stages, but very comfortably tucked behind her is the defending champion, who will know how to pace her run, and she'll know what pace she wants to run for this final. Just to be able to control the race, dictate terms. There'll be some effort from Araujo if she can find her way in this position near the closing stages of this race. We're probably looking at around 16:45, the winning mark. 16 minutes 45 seconds for the women's 5,000 meter. It will depend on the pace that is set by Araujo, and indeed the athletes behind her, they look to be settling at the moment into a decent rhythm. When you see athletes side by side, running side by side, you know the pace is not quite as quick as other races, but when you see them starting to string out, then you know that the pace has picked up significantly. Araujo leading the way, and Nguyen just sitting comfortably alongside the Philippines athlete Gano, the bronze medalist from 2021, and somebody who knows how to run this race, knows how to control the race as well. Maybe looking for an improvement on that result. She's going to have to take something off her personal best as well, if she is to challenge the likes of Nguyen for the title. The pace is not particularly quick in the early stages of this women's 5,000 meter. There seems to be a tactical race that's setting up in the early stages. Araujo just leading the way. Manzano of Philippines and Gano tucked into handy positions. But at the moment, Nguyen just allowing Araujo of Timor-Leste to lead the way. Despite the pace not being particularly fast. Naibo of Indonesia has made a move up the field, maybe trying to push the pace a little. And now coming around the outside as well is Dakuman of Laos. Just a signal potentially to say let's speed things up a little, and like the pace a little quicker. And the Laos athlete has done exactly that. So hit the front with 9 laps to go. If there are moves to be made, you can see as it speeds up, the field behind the leader at the moment is starting to thin out. They're not really running side by side in a bunch. Instead, they are strung out a little. And the athletes will hit a bit more of a rhythm, a little more of a tempo as they make their way around the track. Rojo hanging in. The two Cambodian athletes, the home stars, find themselves just dropping off the pace at the moment. For Sam Nang and Ran Rumdul. Rojo just applying a little pressure on the shoulder of Intakuman at the moment. Nguyen looking very strong, currently tucked into third position, and Naibo of Indonesia is also looking really well positioned. Thi Hong Le is making her way down the track, but there was a look back at Run Rumdal, who's just dropped off the back of the leading group. And Zano just making her way a little further up the field as well, as the pace slows yet again. 8 laps to go. No one won't mind this too much, knowing that she's got the 1,500 meter final potentially to run. Rojo still tucked in behind Intakuman. Run Rumdal looking to complete the race. She competes from home soil. Always a delight to represent your country. This is a difficult challenge for the young women that are racing. 11 athletes in the field. At the moment there are 8 that are on a leading group, place being set by the Lao athlete Lotkao Tangkamon. Nguyen just moving up and saying goodbye to Rojo. Naibo of Indonesia still looking fresh. So to Pham of Vietnam. Someone's going to need to pick the pace up. Gano is still hanging on at the back. Has the energy to finish in podium position. Nguyen still biding her time. Intakuman has been allowed to lead this race. Picked up the pace at the right time, but has she got enough to maintain a place on the podium from the position that she's in? The humidity is going to play its part in this race as well. The humidity relatively high in Phnom Penh. The athletes are used to the high humidity and relatively high temperatures, but as evening dawns, cooler conditions and a very gentle breeze, and this is where Nguyen is making her mark, and now she goes. Intakuman has been left behind. Ganyo goes as well, but Nguyen, this is what we expected from the defending champion, looking to put the hammer down as the race progressed, and 4 have gone with her. Intakuman does not have the pace to speed it up. Nguyen is streaking clear now. She's not coming up towards the finish, but looking to go with her is Pham Thi Hong Le of Vietnam. Indonesia's Naibo and Ganro of Philippines will battle it out. Still a couple of laps to go here, but Nguyen is showing just how much she has in the tank still. And there is plenty of power and plenty of endurance. The strength of this athlete is unbelievable. And certainly in the Southeast Asian region, she has proved her prowess in the middle distance events. She'll be looking for glory in the women's 1,500 meter as well. We're going in this 5,000 meter final. She was biding her time. She had herself well positioned. She allowed Intakuman to lead, and she has just picked up the pace so remarkably that everyone has been left behind. Pham trying to hold on. At the moment, though, it is Dekta Elvina Naibo of Indonesia who is managing to hold on to third position. We'll get the signal now. The bell that signals 1 lap to go, and Nguyen is just extending her advantage. How quickly is she going to finish this last lap? Anything below 17 minutes after the really sluggish pace to start this race will be impressive. And Nguyen absolutely flying around the track at the moment. Down the back straight. She's got 1 bend to come, and then she comes to the finish line. At the moment it is Pham Thi Hong Le of Vietnam currently in silver medal position, while Delvina Naibo of Indonesia finds herself in bronze medal position. But the focus has got to be on the defending champion, Nguyen Thi Oanh of Vietnam. She controlled this race from the outset. She tucked herself into a very good position behind Araujo. She then allowed Intokman of Laos to lead the race, but when she was ready, with just over 2 laps to go, she decided to put the hammer down, and she romps her way to the finish line and to the gold medal as she successfully defends her women's 5,000 meter crown. It's gold and silver for Vietnam as Pham Thi Hong Le finishes second to Nguyen for the second edition in succession, and Naibo of Indonesia has made her way to the finish line third overall, with Gano, the bronze medalist from the last edition, just out of the medals, finishing in fourth. What a run. 17:28. Well, considering how sluggish the pace was at the start, it was rather pedestrian. That is a fantastic time. Doesn't get close to her own best at the SEA Games, but when she decided to go, she absolutely went for it. Picked up the pace so remarkably that nobody could stay with her. Pham tried, but she recognized the pace and power of Nguyen. It was always going to be a stretch to keep pace with the star Vietnamese middle distance runner. And to the finish line she strode. Just over 17 minutes. With gold and silver for Vietnam as they finished in Hanoi. Nguyen Thi Oanh successfully defends her title, and silver again for Pham Thi Hong Le. Some light rain that has made its way over the venue. So the results of the women's 5,000 meter. Nguyen of Vietnam successfully defends her title. Pham of Vietnam claims the silver, and Naibo of Indonesia in bronze medal position. Ron Rumdul and Po Sam Nang finishing the race in front of their home fans, and Sam Nang just acknowledging the Cambodian fans who made their way to the venue.